All right. Let's see if Susan gets back on, and then we'll.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm gonna mute and ask my husband one.
All right, so we're going to get started since we have 9 o'clock, and thank you all for jumping on. And for those of you who are mothers, happy Mother's Day. Hope you enjoyed your day. So we had a quiet week online, and I apologize for that. I know Susan was away and put me in charge, so look what happened. But I was busy Monday through Wednesday with the funeral, and then, trying to catch up Thursday, Friday. So so let's just talk and see how your week went. What do we have to celebrate this week?
Well, I might have something to celebrate. Everyone was kind of gone, so my very first notification I got from Pampered Chef about a connection turned out to be a spam. Well, this last week on Wednesday, I got another notification of someone that wanted to connect with me. So I connected with her through our contact, through, customer connection email. Then she emailed back, and it was kind of weird, but she gave me her name and her address, and it's a legitimate place.
Oh, yeah, what you bring me for lunch?
In Kentucky.
Someone's got some background noise.
Got a lot of noise in the background.
Not me, that's for sure.
Okay.
I don't think it's me, but I'll close the door.
So anyway, this was a legitimate address. My husband was out of town. Susan was gone. So I tried to play to see if it's a robot, if I could trick it, because the numbers weren't right on the order. Well, it ended up, I did put in the order and tell her the amount. She's supposed to send me a bank check, cashier's check. So we'll see what happens, because, I haven't put anything out there that isn't already out there. If it comes through, it's a $500 sale.
Just to warn you, that's what a lot of the spammers do. And then they'll send you a check that is for the wrong amount. And then they want you to send you a refund. So don't do it.
I won't.
Don't do it. If don't do anything. And I wouldn't deposit the check if it's not the exact amount. And you may have to, I would be very careful, because that's often what they do. They say they want to send you a bank check. Did she actually speak to you, or did she email you?
No, she emailed me, and she kept emailing back. And
Sally, that usually is a giveaway. If it's not correct English, that's usually a giveaway.
The language was good. That's why I was, I'm still skeptical. Like I said, I haven't put her order in, I haven't received a check. She doesn't have any more information that was already in my signature. So, I'm just hanging in.
Let me know if you get the check, and then we can, figure out what to do. But I just don't want you to get stuck with something.
Oh, yeah, I understand that. And I'm like, oh, Susan's gone, Denny's gone, everybody's gone.
Well, so far, it could be legit. Like, you never know.
Well, I did ask her, I said, who referred me to you? Because at that point, I'm not sure she knew I was from Ohio. And she said she had a Pampered Chef consultant. And I thought, well, maybe it was Susan. She knows everybody in the country, but she would have said something to me. So I'm still on the fence and nervous, but I haven't lost anything.
Yeah. Can wait and see.
Yep. And then you can let Susan know, and hopefully it's a $500 sale for you. So.
That would be nice.
Well, yeah.
If it's not, how do you stop that stuff? You can't?
You can't, because they can just go on our websites and, send an email. You just kind of ignore it.
Okay. Well,
forward me the email, because I can ask around if anyone's gotten an email from the same person.
Okay.
Usually they send an email to like 17 billion different people, and someone's like, oh yeah, I got the same one.
All right. I'll show you tomorrow.
Okay. So I want to take a step back, because I wasn't here last week to congratulate you on all your live videos. And I know for some of you that was a huge step out of your comfort zone. And I didn't get to comment on all of them because the internet at the hotel was really weird. But I want to congratulate everyone who made one and ask, did you talk about this last week, Dee? Or am I?
We did.
Okay. So anyone make a live video since then? Did it make anyone feel more confident about making a live video? No, then that totally backfired. No. And the more you do it, the easier it's going to get. And, you know, there are live videos that I'm like, oh, that was really good. And live videos where I'm like, oh, that was awful. And sometimes you listen to them again and you're like, oh. And live videos where your husband does something super embarrassing in the background. Did you all watch mine?
Yes.
I thought of you, Susan, because one of my girls is on that booster business, and Kathy was saying, oh, and it's funny to have some humor in your videos. And she said, like someone running across in their underwear, and she goes, well, maybe not an older person, but it made me think of you. But,
yeah. But, you know, the more you do on the easier it's going to get. And people really do like seeing your face and hearing from you directly and knowing you're a real person. So, and I really, like I've said, I like doing them more than recorded videos. They're much easier.
all
So
right.
anybody else have anything exciting that happened this week?
Well, I don't know how exciting it is, but I set up a open house. I never did a party book for myself when I started. So I'm doing that this Saturday. I have a girlfriend who sells Posh. So the two of us are going to do it at my house. And I think I have like 20 people coming so far.
That's awesome.
And I'm not sure I haven't touched base with her in the past couple of days, so I don't know how many she has. But she already has picked up a few orders and done stuff like that. So I'm thinking it'll be good and it'll be a great place to get some leads. So I'm looking forward to it.
So what are you doing at your open house?
You know, we're doing, she's bringing wine. I'm going to do mostly different types of appetizers. Exactly. Different appetizers. And then I thought I just would have some vegetables out and things like that so that I could demo different pieces as, you know, when people ask, how did you do this or whatever. So I'm just going to just do it that way because I'm assume that people will be coming back and forth. It's a 4-hour open house. So I wanted to have different things at different times. We're also raffling off something, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I might do brownie pans because I thought I'd make a whole bunch of different kinds of brownies. And so I thought I'd do that, you know, chocolate, wine, the whole bit. And I'd do that, and then I'd raffle off a brownie pan from everybody that came through.
Because all of us can come and help you eat those brownies. We'll be there, Dawn, to support you.
Thanks.
I like the idea of trying out the tools. That's something I've done when I've done things at my house. You know, I'll have a recipe and we're not making the recipe, but I'll be like, oh, you know, have the quick slice out so they can try out the quick slice to see what I did with the strawberries. And I know Dee's done a lot of open houses.
Yeah, I've done more mystery hosts than open house, but are you planning on, like, how are you planning on getting sales or bookings? Do you have a plan for that?
Well, I think just talking to people, I want to be able just to mingle and move around and talk rather than demo a lot of stuff. My granddaughter's going to be here too, who has done a lot of, used a lot of the products. So she can, I thought, you know what, that'd be really good because she can show how easy it is to do also so that I can talk to people and kind of add things as we go, kind of tag team it. So that's how I was going to do it. I haven't set up anything other than just talking to people and just seeing how open they are to the idea, you know, kind of planning the idea of the bookings. Do you have a suggestion?
Well, I did something like that where we did an open house, but there was a bunch of different vendors there. And then I actually used the drawing slips that I got in my kit to get their contact information. And then when you're talking to them, just make sure that you're asking about following up with them afterwards. That way you can book parties off of it, because with so many, well, we had probably 8 or 10 vendors there. So, but that was something we did.
Yeah, and that's how I do them at the vendor events and get those little cards. And that's exactly what I was going to do for door prizes, is use those. I have a little plexiglass box that I can drop name slips in and draw from there. So I thought we'd draw that way, and that way I'd be able to get everybody's information. But yeah, I think talking to them and making sure they fill out those little sections on there, are you interested? Do you want to be, get the emails, those kind of things. That is what I really want to talk to them about.
Well, and Susan had posted something before on the team page about the little now and later bags. That's a good idea that you could use too, to try to book parties while they're there at the open house.
Yeah. One of the things I thought I'd raffle off too is, you know how you guys were talking, I think it was on this group, but we were talking about having a party, and I would bring everything, which I think is the easier way to do it anyways. So I thought I might raffle off a free party, as one of the things to raffle off.
That's a great idea.
Or you can, if you're up to it, Dawn, you could say, if anybody books a party, I'll bring all the ingredients, and that, then you won't even have to do a drawing for it,
I've also
as a way of conversation, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've also done at open houses where I'm putting out, trying out a new recipe or two. I put out a little taste testing form, where I ask them to rate, what did you think of this recipe? Would you make it for your family? Would you like me to teach you? Would you like
great idea
to learn how to make it? So basically, you're asking them if they have a party without saying, "Would you have a party?" You're saying, "Would you like, to invite some friends over, and I can teach you how to make the recipe."
That's a great idea.
Categories, and you can even, just have them fill in. Even if you've only made 2 recipes, and just pick something you really like and you think would make a good show recipe.
That's a great idea. I thought I'd make things like a salsa and the brownies and the chocolate ganache, because that's always such a big hit. And it's nice because you can show off so many good products with it. So
right. And even if you just picked one recipe from the season's best that, is really easy that you want to show off,
okay.
willing to do at a show, that they could rate that one or any of them.
Okay.
Or another thing, since you're doing salsa, chocolate, you could on the form put, which one of these themes would you be interested in? Death by chocolate, wine, cheese, and chocolate, Mexican fiesta, something like that, based on the foods that you're making.
Good.
So I know Edie has some really exciting news. Are you unmuted, Edie? No.
Yeah, now I am.
So Edie had some excitement over the weekend.
Yes, I held my in-home party, first one I've had in a while.
Yay.
And right now it's sitting at 1370.
Wow, that's awesome, Edie.
Yeah, and I have one booking that's scheduled for August. It's already dated. And the host from yesterday's show wants to do one probably in September at a VFW hall if they allow them to do it, because a lot of her friends at the VFW hall didn't get to order.
So what do you think, and I know you had a recruit lead, and what do you think made the party so successful? What do you think you did?
I think just talking with the host and getting her excited. And they like to cook. And a few of their friends and family had just gotten married. So they were buying stuff for their houses. And the other thing that contributed was one lady ordered almost $400 herself.
That's always nice.
She ordered the knife set, and I said, "Are you sure you don't want to have a show and get this for half price or free?" She's like, no. I was like, okay.
Okay, I'll take your money.
And, but yeah, it was very, very nice. And I was surprised. She was surprised, especially when she realized that she's getting $290 in free stuff, plus her half price and all the 60% off and her another 30% off. So
now, does she still have people who couldn't come to the show who are ordering?
She still, one more order was put in today, and she still might have a few more outside orders, so we're leaving it open till Saturday.
Wow. So,
just in case more comes in.
So what can you do with the people who haven't yet ordered that you didn't get to speak with to encourage them to book a show or to start establishing a relationship with them?
Well, the ones that I got phone numbers on, the friends that I got phone numbers on, and the other ones that I didn't, I'm going to ask her for the phone numbers, but I'm going to actually follow up with the ones that I did get phone numbers on and ask them for like their address, and then tell them thank you for their orders, and then go from there on to asking them for their if they would like to have a show. But you know what was funny was that quite a few of the girls that was asking questions, good questions like how much do you make, how many shows you have to have them, and they were just asking this out of the blue. So the one recruit that lead that I have, she actually lives in Pennsylvania. And I had told her, I said, yeah, we do have some people that live out of state, and we do have Zoom training calls, and that we also have where our director will find you a group that's right there by you that you might be able to go and do meetings with them and stuff. So
can be her hospitality director. Where in Pennsylvania is she?
I don't remember exactly. I have to get her paperwork.
Because I'm in PA.
Something Pike. I think it was something Pike. I'll let you know.
Well, that's exciting. And remember we talked about having your host be your booking agent?
Yes.
You can also, really encourage your host to reach out to the people as well who couldn't come to the party and let them know how much fun it was and how much she is getting free, and see if she can encourage some of the people who weren't there to book parties.
Well, one of the girls made a comment that she went to a Tupperware party, and she said, you had just so much to show. I said, yeah, I know a lot of times people tell me I bring way too much. She said, but you had just everything that we could try out and see how it works. Because they asked for something I had in my bag. Of course, I was at a vendor event last week, and I had everything in my car yet. So, I was just pulling stuff out of my car as we went along.
Right. And even if you didn't have it, you could just say, you know what, I'm sorry I don't have that with me, but I can tell you about it and I can bring it to your show.
Right. And but we did a change up to the fajitas because they were supposed to be in a deep covered baker, and mine is still packed someplace. Mm-hmm. But I had the double grill pan out.
Oh yeah.
So we made it on that, and they thought was great, especially with this month being 60% off the cookware.
Yeah.
So yeah, they really liked it. They liked everything. So it was really nice.
That's great. So. Anyone get their water bottle yet? Mine's sitting right there. It was here when I got back from San Diego. Unfortunately, there was no golden ticket. But the water bottle is really cool. Let me see if I can reach it. Hold on. It's really very cool. Any challenges anyone is facing this week? Anything anyone wants to discuss? Here's the water bottle. I was like opening the box and like, maybe it's in here. Maybe my golden ticket's in here. But that means there's still golden tickets, though. Could be for you.
How many they sent out so far? I didn't get.
I don't know, but this is really, it's nice and sleek. Pretty. And it's for hot or cold.
What's it feel like? Is it metal on the outside? Like, is it?
Yeah, it's like got a coating, but it's metal. And it's stainless on the inside. You can see. And it's really, it's very nice. It's very, modern looking.
They work really well. We have one. But
Yeah.
But it's really good. It keeps stuff hot for several hours. My husband likes to take it to work with his coffee.
Oh, wow. Yeah, here they show a picture of like, it's got a vacuum insulation, stainless steel outer wall, stainless steel inner wall. Look at all those fun colors. Yeah, and yeah, of course it's got the logo.
Mine's gonna have the 500. Sorry, girls.
Yours gonna have 500? Yeah, I was hoping mine would, but I'd rather one of you get it.
I know.
Didn't you win a multi-pot, Dee?
I did. No, I never win anything, so I'm done. I know I'm not going to win anything. So, but anyways, who else anybody has any challenges? You guys are doing great this week.
I wanted to thank you, Dee, for the second phone call you put on about the time management. I really like the lady when she said you cannot manage time. Time is constant. You have to manage yourself. Mm-hmm. I mean, her phone call, I could listen to that again because that kind of really struck to me that, you know, you cannot, but you can change. So that kind of really impacted me and made me think a lot. So I wanted to let you know that I really enjoyed that phone call.
Oh, good.
Or coffee chat or whatever it was.
Yeah, coffee talk. Did anybody put any of the time management tips in place that you heard from the call?
I was surprised how many I already do.
Oh, hey, that's good. That must have made you feel good.
Yeah, I was surprised that some of the things she said I did, but it's just the way she said it that impacted me in a different way to just think about. You know, because like if I'm at work and I'm looking in my microscope and I think of something, I'll start writing it down. You know, I'm doing that, but I can't take away from my job. But I'm trying to, the way she said you're doing things in the car or other things while you're waiting for things. And I thought, well, that there's just so much that she said that I thought was helpful in the fact that, you know, you can't change time. You have to change yourself.
Oh, good.
I'm always mad at myself when I'm driving to a show and I'm like, shoot, I could be listening to this phone call along the way. Like I forget the phone numbers. So I have to remember, like, if there are calls I want to listen to just, you know, take the phone numbers with me. And I actually programmed the Coffee Talk playback number into my phone. And so that, you know, I can never be on a Saturday morning, but I have it programmed in so I can always listen to a Coffee Talk. And even if I've listened before, listening again, I will definitely learn something new or hear something and say, oh yeah, I like that idea, but I never implemented it.
Yeah, and if that's what Cheryl posted too after she listened to the calls, that, you know, you hear it, but you hear it again or hear it from somebody else and it sinks in the second or third or fourth time. So Susan and I always are listening to calls. We're always learning. So.
Right. And we always hear from people, oh yeah, Dee told me that like 3 times, but it never really clicked. And, you know, we're not insulted when you say that. We're thrilled when you say that, you know, because we understand, like, I mean, how many times have you told your children something and then, you know, speaking on Mother's Day, how many times have you told your children they don't do it and they don't do it and they don't do it. And then they go, oh, you know, you were right. You know, I actually find you know, it's the same thing. Like you have to hear it more than once. And it's the same thing with people about booking shows. They have.
Any of you have Uconnect? Do you have Uconnect? Because that was my biggest problem listening in the car. Because I have the Uconnect, I couldn't get the sound to come out. And I finally figured out how to do that. So I could listen to like you give a talk through the car.
Mine wouldn't load on my phone in the car either. It said I didn't have my Safari or something wasn't working and it wouldn't actually open it when I tried to do it in the car.
But there is, as Susan said, and I think what you're talking about is the link. The link does not work on the phone for some reason, but you can do a dial-in number. If you're on the Coffee Talk Facebook page, you can get the phone number, the playback number, and then all the calls are numbered. So
and I can share it with you. I've got it in my phone. If you want me to share the contacts, you can just save it.
I know.
Yeah.
Are you talking to your dog, Dawn?
Yeah, he has to go out, and I'm trying to sit here, and I'm
like a child under the desk.
I have 2 of them in here with me.
Edie was trying to say something.
You're muted, Edie.
We can't hear you.
There you go. I was going to say the same thing that was already said, because what I do is I just go to the Facebook page and click on the link, and it comes up and goes right through my car radio, that's how I listen to them, usually on the way home from work, on the coffee talks.
So I think we only have one more team mastermind session left, because then there's next week, and then after that is Memorial Day weekend. Am I right?
Mhm.
So, and then we're off for the summer, and then we can figure out what to do after that. But any topic that anyone wants to cover next week, or anything that anyone wants us to address over the week ahead?
Guess we'll just
All right.
have to do something for this.
We'll have to do a big celebration with virtual cake and ice cream.
Yeah.
Virtual cake and ice cream has very few calories. Oh my gosh, did you see what Dana posted, Kim? That she's bringing to the team meeting tomorrow? Oh, everybody wants to be at the team meeting now. Some amazing looking cake with raspberry.
Raspberry and whipped cream and stuff. Yeah.
Be there. You'll get to eat it. It's gorgeous.
You'll have to post
We'll send you some, Pamela.
Yeah, I was gonna say I need a helicopter to get there.
Right, we'll send it through the Zoom line, and Edie, we'll send it to you at work. You can stop by on Tuesday. I'll have a piece for you.
Believe now, Dee, you can get here by then. I don't know where in Pennsylvania you live.
How far are we, Susan? 3 hours?
I don't know. I'm 2 hours from Pittsburgh, but I don't know exactly where you are in Pittsburgh.
Another hour from, so I'm about an hour, 45 minutes from Pittsburgh.
So. All right. Well, make it a great week, everyone. Let's get some conversation going over the week ahead. And if you have any challenges, post them on the page. If you have any exciting things to share, post them on the page. And we will look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, everybody.
Okay.
Bye-bye.